I like to say Shalom, call Halam, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Giving double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone, to the, all the Akim and Akwath, and the speckled bird. This is Asha, great millstone, Chicago, coming to you with another quick lesson. The title of this lesson is Beware of False Prophets, False Teachers. These people pretend to know about the word, know about the scripture, but when you get to talking to them, they got double-minded. They all over the place. They can't go to the Bible. They can't bring out any scriptures, and they can't break down and understand, what's really going on. They're just talking in vain to distract us from what the, work at hand. So in these days to come, we definitely got to be, aware of all these false prophets, false teachers out here pretending to be something they're not. Here's a quick precept, Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that's what I was alluding to. Light meaning there's no understanding. They don't have a clue. You know what I mean? They read the scriptures, they go to Sunday Bible school, but they have no understanding. They don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So no knowledge, no understanding to discern what's correct and what's not. So they lean towards their own understanding, and by that, they get caught up in their own confusion, thinking they have no clue. These type of people we have to refrain from dealing with. You know what I mean? After we send one or two, ammunitions, and they don't receive it, the truth, then there's nothing else for us to do except back away from these false prophets, false preachers, and let them go on about their way. Here's another precept. This is Matthew 7:15. Again, this is just telling you to beware of false prophets, which comes to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So you're going to get these brothers, coming in, pretending that they holier than thou, that they know what's going on, trying to be all cool, slick, and smooth, But their intent is obviously deadly, They're trying to destroy what, the foundation has been built up. So they're even more deadly because, they're smooth, pretending that, they have some knowledge. But, again, the knowledge is falsehood, But behind their, their grinning smile is deceit and lies and wickedness. So we've got to be on alert for all these false prophets pretending to be something that they're not. We got to be diligent in our approach and in our search and, bringing this foolishness out. All right, this is another precept. This is Matthew 24 and 24. This is Yahweh Shai in red letters speaking. For there shall arise false Yahweh Shais and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Again, this is what's going on now. You know what I mean? These people are going to be coming out of the woodworks with all kinds of doctrine, seducing folks, you know what I mean? Telling them get all this other stuff, and these people are believing them, you know what I mean? Taking all these, Coca-Colas and, and drinking them down with the foolishness, believing anything anybody tells them except for the Most High, and won't endure sound doctrine and follow the law, statute, commandments. They're going to do miracles and stuff like that, but but they won't, if it was possible, they would, deceive the very elect. But, we know what's going on because Yahweh Shai warned us, and he put it in our inward parts to discern these spirits, to make sure we're not following after this. But the rest of the world's going to get caught up in all these marvelous tricks and wonders with all these magical potions and stuff like that and deceive these folks. So they're going to be like, yeah, that works. You know what I mean? But that's, it's not, it's only temporary. It's not permanent. You know what I mean? So it's a deception. It's another trick, smoke and mirrors. And you have to be on guard for these types of things. But you know what I mean? Which the elect are, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua called us into this marvelous light. So we won't be consumed by this foolishness. You know what I mean? But we have to be aware. We have to talk to, and discern what's going on and acknowledge the foolishness when it comes in front of us. Here's another precept. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 5. And, this is, these fools have a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. from such turn away. These folks is going to act religious, you know what I mean, but they're going to reject the Most High, you know what I mean, and we got to stay away from that. They're going to pretend that they went to, we call it cemetery school, where they didn't get any knowledge, you know what I mean. Their doctrine is all swayed. They don't, bring out the true precepts. They don't identify it line by line. There's no real fruit in them. You say you're going to know them by the fruit they bear. You know what I mean? And the fruit that they bear is just lies and deception. It's foolishness. Just watch what they do, and it'll help us discern who's who. You know what I mean? That's the breakdown. You know what I mean? They're going to be denying the power of, for these folks, we got to stay away. You know what I mean? Because this is what they're doing. You know what I mean? This is 2 Peter 2:1. Again, but these were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So again, these false teachers are going to be very destructive. You know what I mean? Lying, pretending to be all knowledgeable, all knowing, you know what I mean, and talking all this lies and hearsays, that we have to be on guard with this stuff. They're gonna be clever in their speech. They're gonna be talking with these forked tongues to try to be deceptive, you know what I mean, and then they're gonna bring out a precept here and there to try to fool us, you know what I mean. So we've got to be on guard against all of this foolishness, because this is what's happening now, and this is what's to come. So we've got to maintain our guard upon these false doctrines, false scriptures, and you know what I mean. And be wary of what they're trying to do. Their intent is to bring us off of to bring us against the Most High. So we've got to be intent and diligent on how we handle things, and making sure we stay in the Word, because His words are pure, and not be swayed. And you know what I mean? And stand firm on the law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai, that we won't be caught in the windfall of all this foolishness that's coming down the wire. This is John, 1 John 4:1. And beloved, believe not every spirit, but try every spirit whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are going out into the world. So again, this is our commandment, you know what I mean, or, to make sure that we are trying these spirits, you know what I mean, so we don't believe any of the foolishness they're talking about. They're going to, pretend that they're in the spirit. They're going to try to pretend that they are holier than thou, talking about all the works they have done, all the places they've been, and all of the things that they've seen, all the visions and stuff that they've been encountered in, you know what I mean? And even some will pretend that they have even dealt with the Most High angels, you know what I mean? So we got to be on guard for all this false doctrine, false precepts, bringing out, even Satan himself know the scriptures, you know what I mean? But but marvel not that he changed himself into a minister of light. He's a deceiver, and so are these false prophets who are of him, you know what I mean? Deceivers and liars, and we got to stand firm on our faith and adhere to the law, statute, commandments to get us through these times and dealing with these false prophets. It's up to us to challenge all these folks at every stage of the way and shut them down. Hope this has been edifying. This is Shalom. Thanks.